welcome back. Today we're doing a build review of the Trumpeter's MiG-17F, otherwise known as their F5, which is the Chinese variant. This scheme of it we're going to be doing in Randy Ball's Blue 1611, and let's go ahead and start looking at the sprues here. So first one we've got here is what looks to be parts of the engine and armaments. Okay, so we've got all the engine parts here, as well as pilot figure and step ladder included. And then what also looks like the trellis frame to actually take the back half of the aircraft off to do engine management and repairs too. So all look to be in good register, not a lot of ejector pin marks in places where there should be. And then we've got the second sprue here, which looks like to be part of the cockpit and bulkhead, as well as drop tanks. And peculiarly, we've got two different types of noses here. So this is actually the ones we'll be using. But however, it does include the airflow splitter and the various noses for the MiG-17F, which is a version that had radar in the nose, so a rudimentary version that could use the early ATOL missiles. And then we've got, of course, the cannons down here, the 37mm and the 23s, and some more landing gear parts as well, which all look to be very nicely detailed and in decent register. There's quite a few ejector pin marks on the landing gear legs, but that's fairly simple to fix up. Now, I did have an issue with some of the parts coming off the sprue, mainly the body and other associated parts. So, some very good panel line and rivet detail. It's a little bit thick, but it's still very, very good. The air brakes back here are in very nice detail, but if you want to display them open, you're going to have to build some detail of your own, because there's a very harsh texture going on the inside as well. So you'll have to fix that up. Here we have one of the rear sections of the fuselage here. So we've got some pretty stark, unconvincing detail there in the compartment for the air brake at the back. Other than that, there's a slight grainy texture going on here on the fuselage, but that can be sanded down after primer, and some more rivet detail going on, as well as some panels, all very crisp lines going on there. Here the nose section, one of the two halves. Again, same kind of grainy texture going on with Trumpeter's earlier stuff, but very good panel line detail and rivet detail as well. And of course, finally, we have our sprue tree for one of the gear doors and the wings. So, very nice level of detail. Obviously not the greatest, but It's very, very simple, very, very easy. There's some more of the ailerons, flaperons, and trim surfaces. And then they actually molded in the wing fences here to the wing. And of course, these are quite thick, but we could probably sand those back a bit and get them a little bit sharper. We're not using any brass parts for this build, so it's a fairly simple build. Put these parts in a plastic bag so it'll be easier to get to and protect. So there's this nice hefty nose weight that comes in, as well as the portion of the engine in the rear that helps balance it out. A clear sprue. Some minor scratches that we can polish out on the canopies. Two different types for the PF and the P. Or sorry, the PF and the F. And then the main canopy there. And then this part here is for mounting the cockpit actually to the bulkhead itself. So those are the clear parts, and then of course it feels to be almost like a very soft vinyl, but these are the tires there, so the nose wheel and then the two main gears. And then of course the instruction manual. It's a very, very simple fold-out instruction manual. Has us start with the cockpit, put the cockpit into the fuselage, and then work our way around till we have stuff. And it has us assembling the engine and slipping on the engine back halves before moving on. And then last but not least, we have our decal sheet here, which is obviously made for the Chinese PLAAF. We're going to make our own decal and stencils for the version we're making, but just in case you wanted to build any of these, the detail is neatly in register, and looks fairly decent. I mean, the decal film isn't too thick, but you never know. Anyways, so that's it for the review, guys, and we'll come back in the next episode and start building the cockpit.